Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the previous session we have discussed about a concept called electrolysis and we discussed about the laws of electrolysis, Faraday's first law, Faraday's second law, and even we considered mathematical form and application part of a electrolysis, and even we studied about factors affecting product of electrolysis. While dealing with the factors affecting product of electrolysis, we come across two factors. One is the nature of the electrode and second one is the nature of the ions. Well, when you think of nature of the electrode, what we mentioned, electrode are of two types. One is passive electrode, second one is active electrodes. Well, how we defined it? Passive electrode means the electrode which do not take part in any chemical reaction, which just act as a source or sink for electrons, so called passive electrodes. And when we quoted example, gold and platinum are well known examples for passive electrodes. On the other hand, we also mentioned another type, that is active electrodes. Active electrodes, I said reactive electrodes, and even they are called attackable electrodes. Okay. Well, what it is? Active electrode means the electrode which take part in a chemical reaction during what? During electrolysis. So we come across that active electrode. We know this concept. Generally, I mentioned whenever metal is in contact with its own ionic solution, then what happens? It takes part in a chemical reaction. Well, what happens here? Whenever metal is in contact with its own ionic solution, so there develops a tendencies. There will be two tendencies. So metal is present in elemental state. Its solution means metal present in its ionic state. So same metal exists in two forms or two phases. One is in elemental state, another form is which is present in a solution phase. Means same metal exists in two phases, so there develops a tendencies. There will be two tendencies. What it is? It is considered as a potential. So now today we discuss about what is that actual concept of whenever metal is in contact with its own ionic solution, what happens? As I mentioned, there develops a tendencies. What is the tendency? The tendency is generally called electrode potential. So what it is? Say a metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions is called single electrode. Basically what it is, if whenever metal is in contact with its own ionic solution, then it is called single electrode, or it is also called half cell. Well, here say the potential developed, I said the tendency. What is the tendencies? That tendencies may be either for undergoing oxidation phenomenon, or else the tendency may be to undergo reduction phenomenon. It means the metal atoms of a electrode have a tendency to undergo oxidation, while the metal ions of a solution have a tendency to undergo reduction. So these tendencies are referred as potential. So the potential developed when a metal is in contact with the, or I can say metal is in equilibrium with the solution of its own ions, is called electrode potential, or it is also called single electrode potential. So I repeat, what is electrode potential? The potential developed. The potential developed. And potential develops only when metal is in contact with its own ionic solution. There develops a potential. So the potential developed when a metal is in contact, or I can say in equilibrium with the solution of its own ions, is called electrode potential, or it is also called single electrode potential. Well, what are those tendencies? As I said, metal atoms of an electrode have a tendency to undergo oxidation, while metal ions of a solution have a tendency to undergo reduction. Means there will be two tendencies. Whenever metal is in contact with its own ionic solution, so metal atoms have one tendency, that is metal atoms have a tendency to undergo oxidation, while metal ions of a solution have a tendency to undergo reduction. So those are mentioned as these two considerations. So when metal is in contact with the aqueous solution of its own ions. So whenever metal is in contact with, generally what I can say, when metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions, what happens? Metal atoms, where these atoms present? Atoms present in that electrode, that is in that metal sheet or metal plate. The metal atoms have a tendency to lose electron. Means what is the loss of electron is nothing but oxidation. So the metal atoms have a tendency to lose the electron. This is called electrolytic solution pressure. I repeat, whenever metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions, the metal atoms have a tendency to lose one or more electron. It is called electrolytic solution pressure. Okay, to be remembered here, the metal atoms of a electrode have electrolytic solution pressure. It means they have a tendency to undergo oxidation. Well, generally how it is represented? Say metal is present in the elemental state, that is solid, is undergoing oxidation. It loses n number of electrons, so it's going to carry charge plus n charge. So generally m gives rise to mn plus n number of electron. It's the first case. Similarly, if you go for second, what is that? Metal ions. Whatever the metal ions present in a solution, what tendency they have? The metal ions of a solution, have a tendency to deposit on the metal. Whatever the ions present in a solution, they have a tendency to deposit on the metal surface by gaining electrons. By gaining electron means we know addition of electron is nothing but reduction. So we can say the metal ions of a solution have a tendency to gain one or more electron. This tendency is called osmotic pressure. What is that? Metal ions of a solution have osmotic pressure. Is it clear? The metal atoms have electrolytic solution pressure, while metal ions of a solution have osmotic pressure. What is this osmotic pressure? It is a tendency of a metal ions to undergo reduction. Well, how this reduction is represented generally means, say metal ions n plus n number of electrons gives rise to metal. So metal ions, it gains one or more electron and get reduced to metal. And where these metal will go? Is metal is get deposited on the electrode surface. So during these phenomenon, means based on the tendency of undergoing oxidation and based on the tendency of undergoing reduction, what happens? There develops a potential during these two phenomena. So whenever metal is in contact with its own ionic solution, metal atoms have electrolytic solution pressure, while metal ions of a solution have osmotic pressure. Based on the net effect, there develops a potential, or I can say resultant of these two reflects in a that single electrode, or I can say half cell. It means if the electrolytic solution pressure is greater than osmotic pressure, what happens? In that half cell there involves a oxidation, or I can say it acts as a oxidation half cell. On the other hand, if osmotic pressure is greater than solution pressure, what happens? There involves a reduction. Therefore, it acts as a reduction half cell. Okay. Well, what is half cell? Whenever a metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions is called half cell, or it's also called single electrode. Further, what is electrode potential or single electrode potential? It is the potential developed when metal is in contact, or I can say when metal is in equilibrium with the solution of its own ions is called electrode potential, or it is also called single electrode potential. Well, how many tendencies we have? There will be two tendencies. That is, when metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions, there are two tendencies. Metal atoms have, what is the tendency? Metal atoms have tendency to undergo oxidation. So they have, or they are going to exhibit electrolytic solution pressure. On the other hand, metal ions of a solution have a tendency for undergoing reduction, else they have osmotic pressure. So based on two tendencies, or I can say the resultant of these two tendencies reflect in a single electrode. So that single electrode, or I can say half cell, it may act as oxidation half cell, or it may act as a reduction half cell. What is the basis? Based on net effect of these two pressures, solution pressure and osmotic pressure. So generally what I said, if solution pressure is greater than osmotic pressure, if Sp is greater than OP, what happens? That half cell act as a oxidation half cell. On the other hand, if osmotic pressure is greater than solution pressure, then that half cell act as a reduction half cell. Okay, so it is regarding how electrode potential develops. So it is origin of electrode potential. Okay, well, then coming to the illustration. Illustration, just if you consider the example of these, say first illustration in case of zinc. Say for example, when zinc metal, say we have taken a zinc plate or a zinc sheet, it is immersed in a zinc sulfate solution. So generally I can say immersed in a solution which contains zinc ions, Zn2 plus ions. So what is the first case? We have taken a vessel, non-conducting vessel, in which it is filled with the solution having Zn2 plus ions, and we are going to immerse a zinc plate in it. When zinc is immersed, or I can say when zinc is immersed in its own ionic solution, say metal is in contact with its own ionic solution, what happens? There develops a two tendencies, or I can say there are two tendencies. Zinc atoms have, what is the tendency? Zinc atoms of a metal, zinc atoms of this metal, what it has? Zinc atoms have a tendency for oxidation, or I can say they have, or they are going to exhibit electrolytic solution pressure. On the other hand, whatever the zinc ions present in the solution, the zinc ions present in the solution, what tendency they have? They have a tendency for reduction. It means they exhibit osmotic pressure. They exhibit osmotic pressure. Well, my question is, well, zinc when placed in its zinc sulfate or zinc solution of Zn2 plus ions, it acts as a half cell, single electrode. It is an example for one half cell. Now, my question is whether it acts as a oxidation half cell or reduction half cell. Well, it acts as a oxidation half cell. When we study the reaction, what reaction involved here? There involves the oxidation. It means zinc atoms of electrode undergo oxidation, but not zinc ions of a solution do not undergo reduction here. They remains in the solution. Why it is so means, as I already mentioned, it is the net effect of two tendencies, solution pressure and osmotic pressure. So in this case, what happens? The solution pressure is greater than osmotic pressure. So when zinc is placed in its own ionic solution, what is observed? The solution pressure is greater than osmotic pressure. Therefore what happens? There involves oxidation. The zinc atoms of a electrode undergo oxidation, Zn2 plus ions, and 2 electrons are given. Now, during oxidation, what happens? The zinc ions goes to solution. Zn2 plus ion formed. These Zn2 plus ions formed. They goes to solution. But electrons, whatever the electrons liberated, they remain on the electrode surface. They remain on this metal surface. Therefore, we say a negative layer remains on the metal. Means all electrons get accumulated on the metal surface itself, while ions formed, Zn2 plus ion formed, it goes to solution. Well, how it is neutralized means the positive ions of a solution attracted to form another layer. So I can say here on the metal surface there will be formation of a two layers. First layer is negative, means first layer is formed by those electrons. Okay, well, what is the second layer? Second layer is positive. Whatever the cations present in the solution, they are going to make one more layer, or I can say second layer. Means here the metal is get surrounded by, the metal surface is get surrounded by two layers. First layer is formed by electrons, while the second layer is formed by cations of a solution. So now, what is the reaction involved here? Oxidation. Means it acts as a anode. Okay, this half cell acts as a anode. But what is the nature? Anode is negatively charged here. Why we say negatively charged? Since the electrons remain on the metal surface. The electrons remain on the metal surface, therefore we say it is negatively charged. Well, coming to the second illustration, so when we place a copper is placed in solution of its own ions. Say copper metal, a copper sheet which is immersed in a solution of copper 2 plus ions. Now again same metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions. So what we can say? It also acts as a one of the half cell, single electrode. Now in this case, that is when copper is immersed in a solution of its ions, copper 2 plus ions. Now what happens? Osmotic pressure is greater than electrolytic solution pressure. Now OP is greater than SP. If osmotic pressure is more, what happens? It acts as a reduction half cell. Reduction the process involved here, so it acts as a reduction half cell. So reduction means copper 2 plus ions of a solution, whatever the copper 2 plus ions present in the solution, they will be get reduced to copper by accepting 2 electrons. So a positive layer develops on the metal. All the copper ions will be started accumulating on the surface of that copper metal. So what happens? A positive layer will be developed. A positive layer is developed on its metal surface, and negative ions of the solution are attracted to form another layer. So now here reduction is involved, hence it acts as a reduction half cell. Reduction means we know that, and which electron reduction takes place? At cathode. Okay, cathode, what is the charge here? In this half cell, cathode is positively charged. Why we are mentioning positive charge? Since whatever the cations of a solution, they are get accumulated on the metal surface. So first layer in cathode, first layer is formed by cations, while second layer is formed by negatively charged particles. Therefore, we say cathode is positively charged in half cell, or you can say single cell or single electron. So based on these two illustrations, so we can consider based on the net effect of osmotic pressure and solution pressure, that half cell act as either oxidation half cell or it even act as a reduction half cell. Okay, so it is regarding origin of electrode potential with the illustration. Okay, then coming to this electrode potential and standard electrode potential. So definition, I hope you come to know that how potential develops. Okay, now coming to the definition, electrode potential is abbreviated as E, standard electrode potential is abbreviated as E naught. Now electrode potential, what we say? The potential developed when a metal is in equilibrium. Okay, the potential developed when metal is in equilibrium with a solution of its own ions is called electrode potential. Okay, so electrode potential means the potential developed when metal is in equilibrium with a solution of its own ions. Necessary condition is it must be in equilibrium with a solution of its own ions. Means, say for example, when copper metal is placed in copper sulfate solution, means metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions. There it develops a potential. While say copper is placed in zinc sulfate, copper is placed in zinc sulfate. So in this case, there is no case of electrode potential. So necessary condition as per the definition what we say, a potential developed when metal is in equilibrium with the solution of its own ions is called electrode potential. Okay. Well, coming to the standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential. So, what is the difference between electrode potential and standard electrode potential? What is the difference? Is it the standard? Well, when you look at the difference, say what it says, standard electrode potential means the potential developed when a metal is in equilibrium. When a metal is in equilibrium with 1 molar solution. When you look at the difference, we are not specified concentration of a solution here while dealing with the electrode potential. Now standard means the concentration of a solution must be taken as 1 molar. Okay. So the potential developed when a metal is in equilibrium with 1 molar solution of its own ions at what temperature? At 298 Kelvin. At 298 Kelvin is called standard electrode potential. So I repeat, what is the definition for these two means? Electrode potential, the potential developed when metal is in equilibrium with the solution of its own ions. While standard electrode potential means the potential developed when metal is in equilibrium with 1 molar solution. 1 molar solution of its own ions at 298 Kelvin. So while dealing with the standard electrode potential, to be remembered is concentration of the solution is 1 molar and the temperature of measurement is 298 Kelvin. So it's regarding definition for electrode potential and standard electrode potential. Now coming to the some important concept to be remembered is, say I already mentioned a metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions. Whenever metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions, then it is called single cell. It is also called single electrode, or it is also called half cell. So what is a half cell or what is single electrode? Means a metal is in contact with the solution of its own ions is called half cell, single cell or single electrode. Well, further, what I mentioned, based on the two tendencies, solution pressure and osmotic pressure, the net effect of those two results in the form of either oxidation half cell or reduction half cell. So if oxidation takes place at an electrode, if oxidation takes place at an electrode, then it is called oxidation half cell. On the other hand, if reduction takes place at an electrode, then it is called reduction half cell. Okay. Well, coming to the second point, say if oxidation occurs at an electrode, that electrode is called oxidation half cell, and the potential developed is called oxidation electrode potential. If oxidation takes place, it is called oxidation half cell, and the potential developed is called oxidation electrode potential. So it is the second point to be remembered. So what do you mean by oxidation electrode potential? Means if oxidation occurs at an electrode, that is single electrode or I can say half cell or single cell, then the potential developed is called oxidation electrode potential. Okay. Well, similarly, if reduction occurs at an electrode, then that half cell is called reduction half cell, and the potential developed is called reduction electrode potential. So oxidation electrode potential and reduction electrode potential. Next, coming to the next point, the important point is whenever a metal is in contact with its own ionic solution. What I said, metal atoms of a electrode have a tendency for oxidation. They show electrolytic solution pressure, while metal ions of a solution, that is of a same cell, same half cell, metal atoms have electrolytic solution pressure, while ions of a solution have osmotic pressure. So here, based on these, both oxidation and reduction electrode potentials, for a single electrode, we can specify both oxidation electrode potential as well as reduction electrode potential. For any half cell, the oxidation and reduction potential of an electrode are numerically equal, but opposite in sign. Say for example, reduction potential of copper electrode. That is when copper is immersed in a copper ionic solution. That is say that solution contains copper 2 plus ions. Or generally say copper is placed in a copper sulfate solution. What happens? The reduction electrode potential of copper electrode will be plus 0.34 volt. Means when copper is immersed in a copper sulfate solution, its reduction potential is plus 0.34 volt. What about its oxidation potential? Oxidation potential is minus 0.34 volt. It means for any half cell, we can specify both the oxidation electrode potential as well as reduction electrode potential. So for any half cell, these both oxidation and reduction electrode potentials are numerically equal. Number is same, 0.34, 0.34, but opposite in sign. Say oxidation potential, if it is positive, its reduction potential will be negative. Or else, if reduction potential is positive, its oxidation potential will be negative. Okay, so for example, for zinc electrode, its reduction potential is minus 0.76 volt, but oxidation potential is plus 0.76 volt. So generally, what is to be remembered? For any half cell, its oxidation and reduction potentials are numerically equal but opposite in sign. If one is positive, another will be negative. Okay. Well, next is now the recent considerations. We considered electrode potential and standard electrode potential. The reduction potential is replaced by standard electrode potential. It means whenever for any electrode, if I say standard reduction potential, or sorry, standard electrode of zinc electrode is minus 0.76 volt. Instead of saying it's a reduction potential, what we have to say? Standard electrode potential. Means for any half cells, if we are mentioning it's a electrode potential, means what it is? It is the reduction potential itself. Say standard electrode potential of copper electrode is plus 0.34 volt. What it is? Actually, it is the reduction potential of copper electrode. But how it is said? It is said as a standard electrode potential. Okay? Well, then if the electrode involves gases, say if the electrode contains a gas like hydrogen, chlorine, etc. If the electrode have a gaseous component, then the pressure of the gas must be, it is 1 atmosphere, or else I can say 101.3 kilopascal, and an inert metal platinum is used there. That is, if any electrode contains gas, say for example, in upcoming sessions we are going to talk about some gaseous electrode. Okay, if the electrode contains gases, then the pressure of gas must be 1 atmosphere, or else I can say 101.3 kilopascal, and a inert metal platinum must be used there. So it is regarding few important points to be remembered. Well, it's regarding origin of electrode potential and illustration part we have considered. how potential develops, and types of single cells, or I can say single electrodes, oxidation half cell, reduction half cell, and respective potentials, oxidation electrode potential, reduction electrode potentials, and what is the relation between these OP and RP to be remembered. I hope you understood this concept. Again, in the next session, we discuss about some other concept of electrochemistry. Okay, thank you.